Alright, where's the hype? Xyron back in action, and today I want to talk about Olive, our newest featured summon, and boy does she look good. Alright, let's first up talk about who she is. She's a cannoneer, and she's a young girl capable of freely wielding heavy weaponry, right? So that kind of gives us an idea that they probably want to give us the new meta, right? Which is the double hand meta. That's the Trust Master of Bards, the 3-star. So easy to get Bards, but hard to grind the TM. Let's check out her Trust Master Sparky, which is her cannon, right? And this is really interesting because the weapon is a gun, and we only really have one good weapon, the Romandan gun by Mustadio, and she will give another alternative. So this weapon has attack 120, so that is exceptionally high, and it is amazing. But look at this. It has the element of lightning. I don't really like it when weapons have elements to it, because what if the boss is Ramu, right? That has 100% lightning resistance, or what if it's a boss that has is lightning by nature, right? So we then have to change the gun, right? And my next best gun is Candy Gun plus 65 attack, which is about half the attack of this, and so not too positive about that. But what I really like is that there's an additional effect, which was what I said, double hand. And what double hand gives you is actually that it gives you a 50% increase attack, which is crazy, right? It means that 120 attack plus this 50% thing, it acts kind of like a blade mastery of some sort, boosts your tank by a lot, by a mile, right? And everyone is doing the dual wield meta because you get to put two weapons, but they are uh, intentionally giving this double hand because it stacks. All right, so if you can get the double hand materia with Olive, you get two double hands, and that is crazy, 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 crazy stuff. All right, what else does she have? So let's move on to her specials. Okay, she has throw, which is interesting. Allow the use of throwable items. Don't really know what FFB or Gumi are thinking about with regards to this throw, because right now we don't really have anything too important that is requiring a throw. Okay, but look at this. She has light physical damage. Interesting, right? 1.4 to all enemies, inflicting blind 50% to all enemies. So that's pretty good, pretty good. Alright, especially in the arena. Blinding half of a 50% chance of blinding your whole opponent's team. That's pretty good. Alright, she has Shattering Shot, 1.2 to one enemy, but decreased defense 50% for 3 turns to one enemy. Now this is really good against bosses, right? The only other unit that I think can do something like this is Ling, but that is a 45% AoE. Alright, but look at this, decreased lightning resistance 50% for 3 turns to one enemy. Now remember what we said about the weapon Sparky? Well, this is going to solve all of its problems. So Shattering Shot is a functional important skill. It is not necessarily a damage inducing one, but awesome. Alright, we have Grape Shot. I wonder whether that's a misspelling or whether they shoot out grapes. But physical damage 1.5 with ignore defense 25%. Pretty good, right? But next up we have Napalm Grenade. Fire physical damage 1.4 to all enemies, decrease fire resistance 50%. So this hints that she will probably have some sort of fire thing going on for her. I don't know, we'll see about that. Maiming Shot. Physical damage 1.8. Now this is when we start to take notice to one enemy and inflict silence and paralyze to one enemy. This is really good against bosses again. After you have debuffed the enemy's defense by 50%, inflicting this would be really good, especially if the boss does not have an immunity to silence and paralyze. Now, but one of my favorite things about her, heated rounds, increase attack 50% for 5 turns. That is whopping huge. 5 turns, alright, and adds fire element to physical attacks for 5 turns to caster. So it is clear that heated round and napalm grenade are supposed to work hand in hand with each other. So that is interesting. Alright, last but not least, her ultimate damage, and like what I said in previous videos, anything that goes above 2.0 is something you really got to take notice of. To give you a kind of comparison, Lunef's is also around 2.4, and so this is really her bread and butter. Physical damage 2.4, ignore defense 50%. That is crazy. Alright, that is her specials. Alright, next up, let's talk about her traits, her passives. Increase resistance, paralyze and confuse 100%. That is great. Alright, something I don't like about confuse is that once you are confused for that one round, at least before you Asuna him or her, they will do something stupid, right? But now she's immune to that. That's great. She has an increased LB, limit burst gauge, 200%. That must mean her limit burst is really something to talk about. We'll talk about it soon. She has an increased attack 30%. You know, it's a basic for anyone that is going to hit the top tier of attack. Increase attack, equipment attack 75% when single wielding. So now this means that she has this in her kit. It's kind of like a double hand, but so much more. 75% is crazy. Added on to Sparky, if you get the Trust Master, there is another double hand, and if you put double hand as a material for her, she is going to do crazy amounts of damage. Okay, next up, Demolition Specialist, increase attack 50% when equipped with a gun. She can only equip guns and hammers. There's almost no reason why you would put a hammer on her. This is the way to go. Put a gun on her. If you have Romandan pistol, put it on her. If you have Sparky, you have 100% Trust Master, Trust Mughals, put it on her. Make her your forefront, the crown jewel of your crown. Make so sure that you get a gun on her, right? This is crazy. It means that in total, she gets 50% increase, 30% increase because of the basic stat. That's 80%. If it's single wielding, that's 75%. That's 155%. And if you put on her the Sparky TM, that is another 50%. And if you put material, that's 225%. That is crazy things. Alright. She gets increased HP, which is important. I do believe she is literally a glass cannon. So Gumi has done us a favor by giving us increased HP and spirit. That's really good. But this is what I want to talk about. Mortar Beacon. She uses Mortar Beacon on the 3rd turn of a battle. And with that, physical damage 5 times to all enemies, but it is random. And but this is interesting, right? This is something new that Gumi is doing. I like it. I really like it. Next up, her limit burst, right? The 200% limit burst gauge that increases. Let's look at it. 5 physical damage, 3.25 to 4.45 with ignore defense 50% to random enemies. But as we know, if you are doing a boss fight, it is one enemy. So, you know, how good is she? You know, what role does she play? It's really clear. She is definitely your top tier attack. If you ask me, she's far better than Lunef. The only way she loses out on Lunef is The reason being that you do not have a good gun on her, which, to be very frank, most of us free-to-play players, we do not have a good gun. But Lunef, a sword, is easily accessible. But my take is, if you get Olive, don't be too disappointed. My suspicion is Gumi will give us a good gun in our next event, and my suspicion is it's going to be a King Mok event, right? Like like the Japan version, what happened was, after a certain period of time, Type Zero's second part of the banner came out, which was Queen and etc etc, and it was a King Mok event. Following that was Orlando Tactics, FFB Tactics event. So Orlando's coming 2 banners from now, probably. I'm not going to confirm that, but even Odin is out, and Odin is the preceder, the one that precedes Orlando. So we know that Orlando is coming really soon. We've said this from January. It's almost as if we are preaching that the Messiah will be born, but it is true. Orlando will be coming, but first up will be Queen, and that will be a Type Zero King Mok event. I'm pretty sure they're going to give us a good gun as a weapon material or something along those lines next week. So be looking forward to that. Her role, Olive, is single damage dealing target. She can also do support in the sense that she can blind, inflict status ailments like paralyze and confusion. Um, she's not the best of it. I think Noctis still plays the better support role, but certainly I think Olive might hit higher attack stats than even Lunef or Noctis. If you have been looking at the rankings of the global exclusive, you will know that you know, Olive has been given the rank of 13.0, which is crazy. 13.0, I think, is the top rank that 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 any FFBE unit has at present. So be looking forward to that. You know, if you're pulling for this banner, I say pull it if you have a good gun. If your best gun is currently only the candy gun, it's not that important. Look at this, okay? Physical damage, she's second to Lunef. In my opinion, her base attack actually hits higher than Lunef, just that her damage to the unit doesn't hit that. As you can see, Olive 13.0, right? And then when I said, very, very high attack. That is her role in your team. She plays that role. I like her, alright? But she's not too versatile, but I like her. Next up, like what I said, her ranking. If you ask me, the website says she is third position behind Lightning and Lunef. She's easily my top unit in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. She's easily my top. And going for that, let me show you my friend unit who has Olive 840, alright, with a Ramadan pistol, so 107, a Black Cowl. Admittedly, that is a Trustmaster from Hayate. Black Belt Gi, that's most certainly not a Trustmaster. Bracer and Champion's Belt, pretty good. 840 with just that. And let's look at this. With what he equipped on her, Doublehand, right? So he has not even put Sparky on Olive. I'm wondering what damage would she be wielding with that, as well as the attack plus 15%. I'm really looking forward to that. So this banner is pretty good. I would say pull for it. If you have tickets, spend tickets. This is definitely a higher priority as compared to Valentine's Day. This is definitely better than I would say even the previous event, Randy's event. No, most certainly this is far more important. I'm going to show you now a bit of her walkthrough, okay, like how much damage she deals. So let's look at Olive, all right, and let's pick her. She's beautiful. I'm leveling my units, and also wanting to up my Esper Odin. Later I might show you a bit of Odin. Um, But you know, really, Olive has so many plus points to her. Her only downside is her lack of equipment. All right. So this is Olive. Let's take a look. Um, let's see True Shot. All right. Look at that. Beautiful animation. 314,000 damage. That is crazy. All right, and that is what it is. We can continue to look at her other abilities, but that's kind of what she's all about. And I really like Olive. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna pull for her. Um, I'm even considering spending 5,000 lapis, and be sure that I will video that if required. Be excited, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, even free-to-play players, because these units are open to even us, right? And if you have rare ticket summons from the Nian Beast or from even the King Mok event, that was Randy, spend it, spend it, spend it, spend it. Okay. We can take a look at her Flash Grenade. It doesn't do too much damage. 1.2, 100,000 damage, 1.2, right? So that's pretty good. At Wester Sands. Um, so yeah, she's pretty good. All right. So from all of us here from Xyron channel, we really want to wish you happy pooling. I know that you guys, some of you on your 10 plus 1, you guys got your Dark Fina. Shout out to NG and and Gideon, right, for getting your Dark Fina and your first rainbow pool. I'm always happy when a free-to-play player gets a rainbow. It's just the beauty of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. They let free-to-play players have the same chance of getting, well, they might not give you the same frequency of chance, but they certainly give you the same amount of chance. And I love that free-to-play player like me can get a Noctis. I certainly am hoping that I can get an Olive from this as well. So that's all for me. If you have anything you'd like to comment on, please comment down below. If you like this video and you want to see more of this such content, please like and subscribe. From all of us here, Xyron out.